My son's fingers clenched my sleeve the instant we stepped out of the hall. The echoes of laughter still lingered in the air. Her new husband's cousins called me a loser, loud enough to rattle the chandeliers. I acted like I didn't hear. Pretending had become a quiet, necessary skill. But my son heard every word. Children pick up the scars adults try to hide. He tugged me down to whisper. His breath trembled. "We need to leave now," he said. I asked why. He stared at the floor and told me he'd heard the groom in the bathroom. Something about tonight. Those were the exact words. Something about tonight. His eyes held a terror no child should ever feel. I nodded. I didn't press further. Fear speaks volumes on its own. We walked toward the parking lot as the music slowly faded behind us. With each step, the air felt heavier, as if a shadow was closing in. My son kept glancing over his shoulder. I noticed his stiff, cautious gait. Whatever he heard had left a mark. When we reached the lot, he tugged again, harder this time. What he whispered next changed everything. My ex-wife had moved on fast after the divorce. Too fast. The timeline never added up, but I buried my doubts. I told myself, people fall out of love. People move on. People lie. None of it mattered until tonight. As we reached the car, my son revealed he'd heard the groom laughing with another man in the restroom. They joked about how long it would take to get rid of me for good. Custody came up. My ex-wife came up. They said she wouldn't resist once it was official. The groom spoke like a man practicing a plan, rehearsing every step. My chest tightened, but my voice remained calm. I asked my son to tell me everything. He said the groom talked about my temper. He wanted something recorded, staged, something that could be used against me. A single accusation, they said, could destroy a father faster than any judge. I felt the old wound open, the one my ex-wife left when she walked away. The betrayal I tried to forget. I had wondered if she cheated, if the divorce was a cover for something older, quieter, crueler. Now I realized, she hadn't just replaced me. She handed our child to a man who valued leverage over love. I kept my face neutral. Anger only aids the enemy. I opened the car door for my son and told him to sit, to breathe. I closed it gently to keep the night quiet. Then I stood, staring at the hotel's back entrance, replaying every warning I had ignored, the cold messages, the delayed replies, the sudden rush into a wedding before the ink dried. I remembered her expression when she spoke of him, not love, but relief, like a woman finally finding someone willing to clean her mess. I checked my phone. 3 missed calls from an unknown number, no voicemail. A text from her asking where we went. Another message from his number. One word, soon. The pattern was clear. They wanted me alone. They wanted a scene. Something to twist into a threat. Something to erase me from the picture entirely. I leaned on the car, scanning the lot. A black sedan sat at the far end, lights off, engine running. 2 men inside, waiting. The pieces fit together. Their plan was sloppy, predictable, assuming I was the same man I used to be. React first, think later. They forgot I learned discipline the hard way. My son tapped the window, pale-faced. I told him to stay calm. I crouched beside the door so he could hear me clearly. I reassured him, he did the right thing. He was safe. Then I stood and took out my phone, recording the sedan, the plates, the men, the time, the messages, every detail. Evidence matters more than emotion. I called a friend who worked security at the venue, a quiet man who could tell the difference between trouble and truth. I sent him the footage. Minutes later, he called back. The sedan matched a private investigator the groom's uncle had used in a previous custody battle, a staged confrontation, a recorded meltdown, a father framed. My stomach went cold. She knew. My ex-wife knew. She married a man who planned to use my son as a weapon. I walked toward the sedan slowly, calmly, without sudden moves. They watched through the windshield. I held up my phone so they could see I was recording. I smiled, small, controlled. They drove off without a word. Cowards hate witnesses. I forwarded everything to my lawyer, then to my ex-wife. She opened it immediately. I imagined her face as she saw the truth preserved, video, timestamps, her new husband's recorded threat. She texted one word, please. I deleted it without reading further. Back in the car, my son asked if everything was okay. I told him yes, because the danger was never him, it was the adults he trusted. I drove away from the wedding hall without looking back. Music still echoed inside, celebrating a marriage built on lies. Let them dance. Let them toast. Let them pretend they won. I kept my hands steady on the wheel. My son rested his head on my arm. The night felt clearer. Some truths free you. Some truths burn you clean. Tonight, I walked away with both. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more incredible stories.